Howdy everyone, and welcome to today's video. I know I've been from YouTube for quite some time, haven't done a video in some time indeed. I gotta say I didn't have time, but we are back today, and we're back with a good one. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the Chrysler K GF, the newest, should I say, monstrosity in the addition of premium tanks and wallet tanks. Yep, it's a T-rate heavy tank, which is pretty much better than any other T-rate tanks out there, to be honest. And for the measly players of, I don't know, maybe $49.99, you can probably have it too, right? Yeah. So what has Wargaming done with this tank? Well, we basically have a tank that in the lowest part of its armor, or should I say like the weakest part, like the lower plate, you'll probably see like 210, 220 millimeters of armor. I'm not even going to bother to show you the details on Tanks GG. So you got like 210, 220 millimeters of armor in the lowest part, aka the lower plate. So if you angle that a little bit, it increases quite a lot, very fast. So if you think about that, well, that's pretty much as a tank at T-rate has in the strongest point of its armor, right? I mean, take IS-3 for example. IS-3 has in the upper plate where the track links are like 220 armor, yeah. And I mean, but I don't know, I guess that's okay, right? Because this tank doesn't really have weak spots. I mean, that lower plate is literally the weakest spot frontally, yeah. So if you try to go for the upper plate, you're probably gonna see some 240, 250 millimeters of armor. Not even gonna bother saying about the turret. I mean, you'd think that the commander hatch is a weak spot, right? Well, I guess again, it's like I think 240 millimeters of armor too. Again, I'm not even gonna bother to mention you to like show you the armor model on Tanks GG. You guys can do that for yourselves. So basically, this tank is a ridiculous armored tank at T-rate. Yeah, I mean. It kind of sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? I mean, surely there's got to be a catch to it. I mean, I'm pretty sure the mobility is super bad on it. Well, guess again, this thing, well, the previous overpowered tank was the Defender. So if you think that the Defender was good, well, this thing is a lot faster than the Defender. To be precise, this thing is kind of faster than all the T-rate, or most of the T-rate heavy tanks out there, because it has ridiculous power to weight ratio. And you're basically just speeding up. You got 35 top speed, but you reach that instantly. Like I said, the power to weight ratio is ridiculous on this tank. So yeah, let's recap. Ridiculous armor so far, and ridiculous speed, and not to mention the turret traverse speed and tank traverse speed, right? This thing kind of feels like a Yak Panther in terms of traverse speed, and that thing moves super fast. Just to give you like an example of another T-rate tank, yeah. Well, yeah, but there surely needs to be a catch about it. I mean, you can't put all this good stuff in a tank, right? I mean, surely Wargaming has learned from their mistakes. Surely the gun must be shitty, right? Well, I guess again, the gun handling of this thing is a lot better than on the T-32, which is the T-rate counterpart that uses the same gun. Aim time is good, accuracy is good. So basically, the only downside of this tank is the base penetration, which is a measly 198 AP penetration. But rest assured, though, I mean, is that even a problem when the 2 key is there? I mean, I'm just pressing gold ammo right now. You got 260 APCR penetration, which means you're just gonna go through everything with no problem, right? Every tank you meet, you should be able to pen. Well, unless it's those pesky mouses and Type 5s, which got buffed to ridiculous amounts and nobody can actually pen them. So yeah, the only drawback of this tank is the 198 penetration, which is not really a drawback because you can literally just load gold ammo straight away. And yeah, provided you actually do damage with every shot, you're probably not even gonna lose credits with this tank. Definitely not gonna make a lot of money with it because it's a credits thing, but yeah. So it's pretty much a tank that kind of adds nothing to the game, right? You pay money for literally the best T-rate premium tank. But the catch is you're not gonna make credits with it because you gotta spam gold ammo constantly to actually be able to pen something. Yeah, especially with this matchmaker lately. I don't know why what Wargaming did, but you tend to see heavy tanks everywhere. I have never seen so many heavy tanks like from the latest patch when they changed the matchmaker ever. Don't know what exactly happened there, but yeah, I can tell you gold ammo is swinging left and right everywhere. So yeah, I mean, I guess Wargaming kind of outdid themselves with this. I previously thought that Defender was the most overpowered T-rate heavy tank, but this thing kind of beats it with one arm behind its back, right? Because, well, Defender kind of, you know, Defender has the derpy gun. It is workable, but it still has the derpy gun. This thing got really nice gun handling. You're faster, so yeah, I don't know. And the thing is, Defender kind of has weak spots too, right? I mean, Defender has the lower plate too, but the Defender also has those commander hatches on the top. I'll give it this: they're pretty small, right? Because obviously both tanks are overpowered. Those commander hatches on the top are pretty small, but at least you got some weak spot there, right? You can pen with like 170 penetration, maybe. At least it's there. So if you get close to Defender, maybe you know you can pen without gold ammo. But this thing, on the other hand, I mean, if you don't have like around 220 penetration, you're kind of screwed. And even if you do got 220 penetration, if you angle the lower plate a bit, well, you're kind of screwed again. So yeah, I mean, you saw me on the hill. I was just tanking everything like a boss. Killed the tanks up there. Everything was good. So yeah. Well, I don't know what else I can say about this tank. I mean, I think we're gonna say a little bit more after the game is done, right? We're gonna come in with some pearls from the World of Tanks product directors that talk about this tank and premium tanks in general, so you guys can have a better perspective on what's going on in World of Tanks. Going to the game right now, though, you saw I won the hill with no problem. Obviously spamming gold ammo, because without the gold ammo, I don't know how much I could have penned there. Right now I'm just waiting for the Pershing to go get some spots, because there's an RE251 in the forest, and there's also Yak Tiger and STRV in the back. So if I would move straight to the forest, now we're going into the explaining the game. If I would move towards the forest, I will just get shot in the side, so that wouldn't be very good. And also, I don't know if I mentioned, this tank also has very good view range. I mean, I'm getting tons of assist damage when I play this thing, right? So it kind of has everything to play on every map. You got ridiculous armor, you got ridiculous mobility, you got good gun handling. So yeah, it's pretty much a pack equipped for every map. Well, like I said, you're not gonna buy this tank to make money. It's a shit credit maker. You're gonna lose credits, or maybe draw even, unless you got some credit boosters on. By all means, Defender is a much better premium tank, because Defender has 225, was it? AP penetration, so you don't need to shoot much gold ammo with that tank. But such is life. Okay, let's get the shot on that Udis. Like I said, I was waiting for the Pershing to spot it, because if I would literally went towards the forest, I would have died in 2 shots from the Yak Tiger and the STRV, because they would have shot me in the side. So yeah, IS3 on lower left. We're gonna go in and see what is going on. But yeah, it's kind of sad though if you try to compare this tank with other tanks. I mean, yeah, maybe this is not going to be the best example, but then again, it is a good example. Let's compare it to the Tiger 2, right? What does Tiger 2 have compared to this? This one has better gun handling. I think Tiger 2 probably has better accuracy, but this one has better aim time. It's got way better armor than a Tiger 2, and a lot better mobility. So yeah, I guess Tiger has accuracy, right? You know how much accuracy means in World of Tanks, since most of the shots tend to go to the center of the reticle. Pretty much nothing. Yep. So if you're gonna wanna buy a tank to grind credits with, this is not it. This is a tank you basically just pay money to have the best T-rate heavy tank in the game. I don't know why that's available in the premium shop. That is literally the definition of pay to win, if you think about it. Maybe this tank should be in the tech tree, so it won't look like that ridiculous pay to win, but yeah, it is pretty much pay to win. There's no way you can like go on about it. That's what pay to win means, right? Paying something, paying for the best, pretty much. Okay there, fellas, so we got the Ace Tank Arena, we got a Sniper, we got a Steel Wall, High Caliber, Confederate Metal. We ended the game with 7,029 damage, 2 kills, 1,656 base XP. We even have 599 assist damage, and of course, you know, we blocked ridiculous amounts of damage, 4,290. I was fighting with tier 9 tanks. And like I was saying, for this ridiculous amount of damage, for 7,000, well, it's like 7,500 combined with the assist damage, 7,600. We made a huge profit of 24k credits. Yes, a good money maker indeed. So really, if you're gonna want to grind credits, well, you might as well buy a Defender. That thing is overpowered too, but at least you're gonna make some credits. This thing, nada. Well, we finished talking about the tank pretty much, but the video is not yet over. Let's see what the World of Tanks product directors actually think about the state of the premium tanks in the game, and I guess the state of the game in general, shall we? Okay, so these are two World of Tanks product directors. One of them is Thane Lyman and the other one is Milos. Don't really know the name. This is footage taken from the World of Tanks Facebook page. It's pretty much a video they did concerning the recent drama with the premium tanks, and you guys know with Foch and stuff, you know what it is.
Really hard on a very detailed version of a strategy that we'll be able to share with you in the next several weeks when it's ready.
So pretty much they said that the balance department is working on a detailed strategy that they're going to be able to share with us the next few weeks, yeah. Well, yeah, there's been a lot of strategies. If you guys remember the Rubicon fail, yeah, they started making a lot of videos then with promises, or we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. You guys remember the Great Rebalance? Yeah, me too, but it never happened. Great Rebalance, so yeah.
First thing, most importantly, we want to tell you, we stand by being a free-to-play game. We're a free-to-play game. We're a free-to-win game. We're going to be a free-to-win game. We don't want to be pay-to-win. We never will. There's never going to be some win button and you can just push with your credit card and auto get it done.
There's never going to be a win button you can just push with your credit card. Well, yeah, the Defender, Chrysler is pretty much best premium tanks, best T-rate tanks in the game. It does kind of feel pay to win, you know, press that battle button, you know. If that's not pay to win, then what is?
Yeah, so the premium tanks, we know that there are concerns, especially regarding the last two ones,
Yep.
the Defender and the Chrysler. Yes, in the old days, the premiums were always underperforming compared to the tanks on the other tiers.
It kind of sucked.
Yeah, well, sort of. During the last years, we actually started changing a little bit of strategy to focus way more on the strengths and weaknesses of the vehicles.
Yeah, and what a good job you have done. Chrysler has a lot of weaknesses, right?
Instead of actually going with the premium matchmaking or just making them suck. Of course, the performance varies map by map. You know, Chrysler on, let's say, Himmelsdorf, wow, you are going to have a fun time. On the other hand, Prokhorovka, Malinovka,
yeah,
not the best place to be, actually.
Well, you heard him, boys. World of Tanks is in good hands. The guy definitely knows what he's talking about. Take a tank like the Chrysler, never gonna have a good game on Malinovka. I mean, why would you have a good game on Malinovka? I mean, it's not like you got ridiculous mobility, MV range, and gun handling, right? And on top of that, add armor. No, probably just gonna do good in Himmelsdorf because yes, yeah. So remember, it's all about the maps you're gaining.
And look, in the meanwhile, remember, player skill is still always going to be the most important factor in this. Look.
Indeed, player skill is the most important fact. I mean, you got ridiculous overpowered premium tanks, you got 25% RNG. Yes, player skill is definitely something going strong, right?
You get me, let's just say a not so great player in a Defender, and Milos here.
Well, you know, against you, I could probably go with TVP VTU, the tier 8 Czech tank. Yeah, it's not the best one, as you probably know, but I think I can actually manage somewhat if you don't hit the Amorak by the first
Yeah,
shot.
yeah. If I get lucky a few times, but you know, chances are it's not going to go in my favor.
Exactly.
Well, and that is the bombshell right there, fellas. Couldn't said it better myself. So, take an overpowered tier 8 premium tank, the Defender. So if you're good with that, if you're bad with that tank, obviously you're not gonna do so well, right? I mean, it's not like those tanks are meant to be very, very noob friendly, right? With a ridiculous amount of armor. So next time you're gonna have problems with Defenders and Chryslers, well, you know what you gotta do. Like, it's coming straight from Wargaming. Take your TVP VTU from the garage. You're gonna be able to own Defenders and Chryslers left and right. I mean, that's what it is, right? Take your VP. I didn't knew this, but now I know. There is a weapon against the Tiger, the Defenders and the Chryslers, and it's called the TVP. Good to know. Thank you, Puello Tanks product directors. I will take that tip.
Exactly. And to be fair, the stats from the test servers and from the real game, they're actually showing that this is exactly how it's going. Yeah, they are performing well, but they are definitely not overperforming the other tanks on this tier.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me that the Defender and the Chrysler are not overperforming their tanks on its tier? I think there's nothing left to add there, and I think with that bombshell, I will see you guys in the next video, pretty much. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really hope you enjoyed the state wargaming all the tanks is pretty much going towards. I still don't understand why Wargaming won't try to hire some people that actually play the game to deal with the game balance, like some competent people that actually play the game and know what they're doing, so we can all enjoy a good balanced game and they would make good money because they're a company and obviously they need to make money, so everybody would be happy. I still don't know why, but with that bombshell, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. So take care, have fun, and yeah, go grind those TVP VTUs if you want to stand a chance in the current game.